and welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is the third installation of my 4 compositions that I prefer. There are many compositions out there for a landscape. I choose these 4. So you've seen the other 2. This is my third one, and this one I love it because it's off balance, also known as asymmetrical, where you have a whole lot of something over here and one little thing over here. It's kind of a natural aesthetical design that you find in nature. And I know it usually stops you in your track when you see it, where you see something big over here and one little thing over there. I don't know why, it seems so peaceful, almost isolation, and there's a look to it. Anyway, I've adopted that and use it in my own landscapes. I have my little tiny 6" by 9" quick morning loosen up, and boy are they ever loose, where I practice that particular composition. Look, I have a whole lot of something going on over here and one little thing over here. I actually paint places I'd like to go to. This looks kind of a Caribbean beach scene with some interesting shrubs and the tall trees and little cumulus clouds way in the future. I was really playing with color in this one, but mostly composition, and look at how much contrast I have. Look where your eye goes. This one here was a magical moment. This had some collage work in here, some paper collage work in here. And it's also, I started out as a tunnel vision. You can see the little bit of the tunnel vision receding way back in here. And then I just grabbed another color that kind of a creamy yellow and started making these shapes so I could have that off-balance look, really draw attention to it, because the dominant color is violet, blue, and the focal point color is pretty obvious in this one. This is what I was doing here. So I was taking the yellow cream color from my color wheel and making that the focal point, and bingo, there it is. So the whole thing was coming together. It was very magical for me, and I've never painted anything like this. I said, that's it, I love it. Down here was, of course, my Hawaii, my island themes that I love so much, playing with the different kinds of blues, and those clouds are just, this all happened with a paper towel and my fingers. And so I was trying to do a tropical scene here using the same composition, but what I wanted to point out was the low horizon line. So it's either a low horizon line or a high horizon line. The one over here, though, was all about negative shape painting, where I made the entire painting all red and darks and blacks and oranges, and after it had dried, came in with my cream color, opaque color, and got rid of the parts that didn't look like palm trees, and came up with the composition of asymmetrical, off balance. Again, I like to paint places I sure would like to go. So let me get started on a painting I've already started on, but just remember, this is the composition, where this is the graphic design, where you have a whole lot of something over here and one little thing over here. This is a graphic representation of one of my elusive landscapes based on that design. So let's get started, and I'll finish up one I've already started. It will be a canvas 24 by 24. It was part of my Drip Trees series, so let me see if I can kind of switch it around a little bit. Hey, I change my mind every once in a while too. Imagine that. Anyway, I'm going to turn it into a stronger compositional design, and at the same time still do some more drip trees. Let's get started. So this is an example of one of my small drip trees, and 10 inches by 10 inches on watercolor paper. And this one worked, you know, that negative shape painting, that whole thing I love to do. I have here on the wall a canvas, it's about 24 by 24, and this one didn't work as well as I had hoped it to be. But I wanted you to see that, hey, everything I touch doesn't turn to gold. So I'm going to give it a second chance. Again, I put a whole lot of paint on the top, it dripped down, then I did the negative shape painting. I like that. However, it just doesn't have what I really wanted to, that oomph just doesn't have that oomph. So I decided to take this composition from the drip tree over to what we're talking about, asymmetrical, off balance, which means I'm going to need more trees over here, and I'm going to keep this as the focal point, the off balance. Here we go. Can't wait to get started here. So on my table, I have 2 big buckets of water. I have my Holbein acrylic paints, my titanium white, I have some black, and I have my warm colors, primary magenta, even the hot pink. I have the red, ultramarine blue, amethyst, and big brushes. And of course I have spray bottles here ready to go. And a big load of paper towels. Here I go. So this is going to be dripping. Continuing on, the way to make it drip is use lots of water. I'm going to start building. So remember, warm colors, reds, oranges, warm purples come forward. The cool colors recede. So I'm going to be wanting to use a lot of dark red colors. Over here, here we go. I did my mixing here on the table, using my primaries. Oh boy, this will be fun. Really wet. Watch how they start coming together. I mean, coming forward, I should say. Whoa. I'm adding some more darkness on top of this. Yeah. The darker the color, the closer they come to you, right? This also has a kind of a tunnel vision. Look to it. I'm going to add some purple and some hot pink in here just to make it so it's not so boring. You know, I like surprises. And with another clean brush, I'm going to add some red. Get some red up in here. Whoa. And make that drip down like that. Oh, wow. Open it up a little bit more. We'll see. So this is a good combination. Sorry about my head banging into everything. Here we go. And making it even stronger. More water, more water, more water. Ooh. So, it's so busy, I want to start to simplify some of this. Wipe it away with a towel. Making sure it's off balance. Giving it more contrast. Your eye is always going to go to the part of the painting that has the most contrast. So that's what I'm doing right now. Pretty strong. So a nice loose beginning is what I like about what's going on in here. Oh, I use my fingers a lot. These trees were too skinny. They looked like how I did them, drips. So I didn't want them to look like drips. So of course the tree trunks are thicker on the bottom, so that's what I'm doing right now. Look at this. Wow. The whole idea in this kind of painting is to start loose, stay loose. Don't start tightening it up. Don't get out your tiny little 3-hair brush. Now I want some of this to recede, which means I need to use a blue. Something cool to recede. Just a little bit. Oh, just a little bit of blue. That really takes it back. And I don't have any hard edges way back there because your eye will go back there. It'll be in focus. So that's why I'm making sure that this is the one that's in focus. So you work back and forth, working back and forth. So this is one of those paintings that just didn't work at first, you know. And I like to call this process, it's called painting. So the composition here is, of course, a whole lot of something over there, one little thing over here, off balance, cockeyed. It's fantastic. It comes right out of nature. So again, it's one of my favorite compositions I like to use when I'm doing my 4 different compositions for a landscape. Hey, we have one more to go, and I can't wait to show you. It's a pretty neat one, and thank you again so much for watching this. Make sure you share this with your friends. I'll see you on the next BobBlast. Hi there, this is Bob Burridge, and I'm here to tell you about a special Thursday night, all of April, date night with Bob. But we get to paint the live model. Haven't you always wanted to paint the live model, the undraped and costumed model for 2 hours? Think of it, every Thursday night. I get to paint, you get to paint, we get to see the same poses. This is Pash, our professional model. She's been with me for so many years. And it's 2 hours each time. You don't have to worry about your drawing skills. It's all about painting the professional model. Okay? And I did all of these paintings that you see behind me with the brush. There's no drawing, so don't worry about that part. I'm going to help you through all of that. I hope to paint and Zoom with you every Thursday night in April with Date Night with Bob's.